I don't really want to go home, but I have to, so I'm just gonna start my live in my car, so if my brother does anything when I enter my house, then I will be safe and have witnesses. Because I don't trust my family anymore. And my car is really loud and broken, which is a great testament to the fact that I don't really have any way to really go. Hi, welcome. We'll see how things go for me. Is my family gonna be crazy and affect me and harass me, or am I gonna be fine and be able to film properly with you guys? Who knows? I didn't ever think I'd have to talk about the fact that my family isn't that great or that they're really shitty. My brother's really loud and aggressive, while the rest of my family is annoying, but they leave me alone usually. But now I have to be afraid to go home because my brother lives there now, because he was arrested for domestic violence against my Sil. And I can't stay at my Sil's house because she has a kid and there's only 2 rooms in an apartment. And she can only afford herself, and she's trying to get her life together. So I don't really have anywhere else to go other than back home, where it's not really that safe. So I have to just hope that I do okay, and just keep recording, and hope that one day I'll be monetized and make enough money to where I can just leave my dangerous situation. Because home is meant to be a place where you're safe and comfortable, not a place where you're afraid to go. Because at this rate, I'd rather be at work more often than ever have to go home. And that's not something you should ever wish for. But that's also kind of how it was when I was in school. I'd rather be at school than be at home because I didn't want to be around my family. I don't trust them. I have my platforms, and I have you guys and my supporters. So there's always been saying, is heard, and it's blood is thicker than water, but that's not true, because that's not even the full saying. They use that small bit of the saying to manipulate people into staying with toxic family members when you should be able to leave, but who can afford to leave home? Unfortunately. Especially me, since I'm a college student and trying to save to pay for college. And that's the only reason I was living with my family in the first place. It's because I wanted to just save for college. Only have to afford college. And my brother shouldn't have even been living at home. He should have been moved out. He can afford to. But I think he even quit his really nice, high-paying job in order to have a reason to not have to be home, to like not have to work anywhere at home. The fact that I can't trust that being home is a safe place is a bad thing. It's a truly terrifying situation to be in. I mean, school might have been drama, but if you only focus on doing schoolwork, then you don't really have to deal with the drama. The only reason I liked school was because it was learning, and that was it. That was all I focused on. Well, I have to be home. Unfortunately, I have nowhere else to be. I wish it was a kingdom. If it was a kingdom, I'd be able to banish people. I would rather be anywhere else but here. It is actually terrifying to be here now. Where is my... I mean... Safety to me is better than being around someone who is dangerous. Though I almost ended up in the psych ward, so... Mainly to keep me safe from the bully, but I still need access to my phone and work. That makes me feel like a person. And that's the only reason I'm not. Anywho, I found MREs. And I find them very interesting, so I'm going to eat them on stream, because why not? I'm terrified of how they'll taste. Okay. I'm gonna put this one back in the bag. Okay. I'm gonna give you all two options. I actually don't mind hospital beds. I find them quite comforting, but I also spent a lot of my childhood in and out of hospitals because of malnutrition. Because nobody would feed me and I didn't know how to feed myself. I also couldn't tell if I was hungry or not. So, yeah. Anywho, I'm gonna give you two options to pick from. Beef stew or Italian sausage with pepper and onions and marinara sauce. Which one? Which one should I try? Okay. Guess we're doing Italian. Yeah. What are you? This is cheese spread. Italian sausage peppers with onions. Okay. Trail mix with beef jerky. A little kit. I will let you know that the gum that comes in MREs is a laxative. So if you chew it, you will shit yourself. Be warned. Do not chew the gum in an MRE. It's laxative. This is cranberries. This feels like Thanksgiving. These are just crackers. This actually goes with the cheese spread. What the fuck are you? Dry roasted peanuts. That is sealed. It's an orange flavored drink. Me and my friend actually tried 2 of these MREs, and we both almost vomited, so I'm not looking forward to this, because they were really gross. So I kind of feel bad for our army dudes and women. Also, these spoons, they're amazing. If there's anything I'm going to keep in the MREs is the spoon, because it actually is kind of nice. Oh. I can make a hot beverage? Did it give me coffee in this one? I actually don't mind black licorice. It's not my favorite, but, like, it's not gross. Oh my god, it's coffee creamer. This is freeze-dried coffee. There's a wet wipe, so you can keep yourself clean and tidy. There's some salt. Matches come in every single MRE. This can be toilet paper or a fire starter. You decide. Yo, I need a bottle of water to do this. I don't have a bottle of water. But I can get a cup of water. I'm gonna get water. I got water. So, like, it gives me a bag for, like, I don't remember my friend having one, but cool. Well, I actually didn't eat much all day, so I'm kind of welcoming the fact that I have food right now. I just spilled water on me. I am going to, however, put this in here for now. Oh, this smells really good, actually. You know what? At least our war people aren't drinking bad smelling coffee. It's instant, yes, but it at least doesn't smell like shit. I mean, all coffee looks like shit, but... Oh, that is a holy look. Oh, this feels chunky. Okay. Okay, so tells me to put the things we need to heat up in here. And then pour in a little bit of water. Afraid, but I'll survive. I'm making MRE. I am very gay. Okay, we're gonna try the snack that came with this first, because it looks the least intimidating. Because it's just beef jerky. How bad can beef jerky taste? Who's Mandingo? Where are my scissors? There they are. I go live every single Wednesday. The day after Halloween, you'll see my Halloween costume. This is so gross. I feel bad for our poor veterans. School food is worse in some ways, but honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I think even school food is better than whatever this is. At least it's more nutritious. That's the upside. At least it's nutritious. You know, that's their upside. Are these just cranberries? Oh, these are just cranberries, just as is. I don't eat that. This one's dry roasted peanuts. I also don't really like peanuts. At least the school lunch from, like, school was, like, edible. Like, they would have, like, school pizza. I tried MRE pizza. Imagine I just forget that I'm allergic to something. No. I actually really don't like cranberry sauce. I'm okay with peanuts, though. What I am excited about, though, is the cheese spread and the crackers, because they had jalapeno cheese spread in one of them, and it was actually kind of good. MRE pizza tastes so plasticky that you would be glad that you had school pizza. Oh, they gave me, like, plain crackers. I liked the other one better. They had, like, vegetable crackers. I will say that, this food is still substantially worse than, like, if you just got really good food from the store. What? Did you go to a prison school? Are you, like, Indian? I know in India and stuff, they make you bring your own lunch to school. They don't give you or supply lunch. So what? I had small schools and they still supplied lunch. The cafeteria, the gym, and the theater room were the same place. This feels like I rubbed butter on this, I'm not gonna lie. Are you a woman? No. I just hear this boiling behind me. Yeah, it has water in it. The crackers? Because that's all I've really eaten on stream yet. No. They have an orange like drink. Oh, that's really orange. It smells really good. It smells like orange soda. It actually tastes like orange juice. Yeah, no, it actually is quite good. You warm? I think I put too much water in it. I'm gonna put this in here now. A meal ready to eat. It's an abbreviation. It's something they give to soldiers because it takes forever for them to expire. Yeah. Military rations, yeah. You can buy them at Job Lot for $3 though. So if you want like a full meal, breakfast, lunch, you got it with an MRE. My uncle was a veteran. Is a veteran. He's still alive. Even when I was younger, I knew what an MRE was, because in school they used to force some military ideals down our throats. The idea of military recruiters going into a high school and trying to recruit teenagers, wild to me. I'll be fine. At least the cheese in here is not that bad. Anywho, it's heated up enough. So, thank you. Where are my scissors again? It smells so bad. I'm going to douse this in salt. Because it smells like so much sugar, I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad I added salt. It needed it. Did you know that "Why did the chicken cross the road" is a suicide joke? Why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side. I grew up knowing what an MRE is. Ash, no. We are not the chicken. We do not condone this. No. And that is final. Saying bad Ash sounds like badass. The only way to be badass is to stay alive and show off how cool you really are. You know what? I actually didn't expect this to be spicy. I'm kind of glad it's spicy. Doesn't that mean you guys are having your own thing? Is there like a love blossoming in my chat? Excuse me. Oh, nice. Well, now we gotta double it. 3 weeks clean means you gotta have another 3. What did they call you? Did I miss something? Ew. Ew. Some people are nasty. The coffee in this MRE tastes almost exactly the same as the coffee they give to you in hotel rooms. It smells good, but it tastes like beans. Girl, I know someone who had a very similar thing happen to them. I mean, in their case, they're a guy, but anyone can get attacked. And it's not okay. Yo, if you haven't watched me make this, I made a trash kitty. She did do something. Anywho. Um, it came with spicy sausages. The marinara is like sugary sweet. That's not how dating works. Dating still applies that you need consent for anything to go far. And once a no is said, no means no, and everything should stop. Whether you're married or you're not, whether you're dating or you're not, consent is always needed. 100% of the time. Otherwise, it is being attacked. Dating doesn't mean permanent consent. There's no such thing as permanent consent. And I feel like that needs to be taught more amongst the youth. And this is coming from a person, I study all the forms of like things according to relationships and personality and intimate lives, because it's extremely important to make sure there is boundaries met and that both sides of the party care about each other and their space, their stuff. Even if you share a lot of things with them, if you got it for you, it is yours, and that boundary should still exist, regardless of if you're with that person or not. Because consent always matters. Like, if you say no 10 times and get annoyed into saying yes, that still means no. That's a red flag to me, because that's not how dating works. I would have said we're not dating. Like, exactly like that, too. Because I believe in boundaries, no matter what. Because you cannot be owned no matter what. And you can look up literally any like consent, like on about consent and boundaries on YouTube, and they will tell you the exact same things I'm telling you now. Just because you're dating does not mean they have consent. That's never how it's worked. As soon as no is said, that is the end of the sentence. That is the end of the conversation. That is its own conversation in itself. If they're horny and you're not, you do not have to sleep with them. The thing about role play is there's always a safe involved, because sometimes you change what word means no, especially in like BDSM. And like, don't get me wrong, I've done research into that too. It's important to have a safe word that means no, especially if you have like certain types of fantasies where you want to say the word no, but you don't want to end the thing that's happening. But that's like a discussion you have with your partner. And usually discussions with BDSM take a very long time and you have your guidelines. You discuss your boundaries and what to do in each situation within the roles of BDSM. And it's usually up to the dominant one to usually it's really important to have like long discussions before doing anything like that. Like if you like being choked or if you like being gagged or blindfolded, you have to have ways to still communicate with your partner whether something is still gonna happen in the way or if you need like adjustments. That's why it usually takes a long amount of discussions and a lot of trust in your partner before you really get into the nitty-gritty of any of the details. And sometimes those discussions can last days before anything happens. It can last anywhere from a few like hours to a few days, depending on the intensity of what's going to happen. Because some people have more dangerous kinks than others. I won't get into details, but like I did a lot of research into things like that because I used to write smut for classmates and get paid for it. I'm a really good writer, unfortunately. Um, so I went down a bunch of rabbit holes and learned a lot about myself and about others. And got very uncomfortable very quickly. But you know what? At least I'm educated. Always good to be educated, even if it's on topics you don't want to know about. Yeah. See, the thing about making money in high school is you can actually work at a regular job. Have a good night, little guy. I'm actually friends with Isaac. I'm pretty sure I know them from school. You know, that's fair. Um Ways you can make money is selling things like art or like an actual job. That is an option. You are allowed to get a real job, especially if you're in high school. When I was in high school, I used to sell drawings and writing. Make sure you're selling your candy at a high enough price to where you can buy back your materials and then some on top of it. So they're not just paying for the materials, but they're also paying for your skill level. Boy, understandable, because I wish I had money to leave. That's why you guys need to get me monetized, okay? Binge watch my long version videos. I know a lot of y'all watch my shorts, but like, If you want me monetized, you gotta watch those hour-long videos. I'm sorry. And comment, like, and share. Because it's the best way to support a creator. Nasty ass coffee. If you're wondering what I was doing, I was applying eczema cream to a rash that was appearing on my hand. Isn't that fun? Isn't that comfortable? I'm gonna save the trail mix for my work because I have a coworker who I think would actually appreciate the cranberries in the trail mix. I don't, but they will. Like the average man that I have ever met, they will eat literally anything that you give them if you just hand them food. That's not a jab at men, okay? That's actually a good thing. That just means y'all are easy to feed. I'm gonna give this to my coworkers because I don't like trail mix and I don't like cranberries. I do not mind the crackers though. And the cheese was alright. And the orange soda was pretty tasty. The sausages are okay. But I would rather not. They... Meh. Yeah, unfortunately, the only thing I have access to is a Cash App. Ow. Ash, aren't you in high school? You don't need alcohol. And I've never drank alcohol on purpose. I don't drink, I don't smoke. If you ever want to send me money to help me survive and hopefully eventually leave this awful place, feel free. I'm not gonna lie, the food that I just ate is not the best, but oh well. I mean, technically, drinking and smoking, only make your emotional issues worse. They, alcohol can remove your ability to cope with mental trauma. Um, Weed can, unwire your brain, making it harder for you to create thoughts. Um, Unfortunately, both can harm you mentally and reduce your ability to, I don't know, defend yourself. So take that for what you will. Because your ability to make decisions is based on the development of your prefrontal cortex, which does not finish developing until you are 25 to 27. For some, it takes till you're 28 to 29, depending on the size of your physical skull. It can take longer or shorter. I think it's important to find reasons to stay alive outside of medicine. Now, saying that, I will be prescribed antidepressants and stuff to help me with my anxiety because I have an awful family and they want to keep me as mentally stable as possible. The only thing I'm worried about if I was ever put on medicine like that is if I am less empathetic or capable of feeling emotion, the chance of my harming other people side of my brain might activate, letting me attack people, which I don't want, but we'll see. I don't know what they're prescribing me. I haven't gotten anything yet. I'll find out eventually. Though I hope it's something strong because of the fact that I have a high immunity to medicines because of how many medicines my parents have taken in their whole life. Um, yeah, the problem with antidepressants, if you don't take them regularly for 4 to 6 weeks, they won't work at all. So if you weren't taking them on time during a schedule and the right amount, then they won't work at all. They won't help you at all. Especially if you haven't been taking them long enough. They don't all mental medicine doesn't work instantly, unfortunately. Considering my parents used to take higher things. Probably because they're stupid and don't believe they work. I mean, I remember I met you in person, and everything you told me about your parents made them look ignorant as fuck. Though, as a person who actually studied the shit, one, I know how to get a reaction out of people. And two, bro, the only reason I have any issues with anything is because I'm stuck with people that I'm afraid of. If you can't trust that your family is gonna care about you or keep you safe, how are you ever gonna feel safe? And that amount of anxiety can lead you to feeling shitty. Oh, and also the fact that my brother called me a worthless piece of shit just because I did not do the dishes for 2 days in a row. You know, technically, I wouldn't be homeless if I left. I would be in a woman's shelter. Because I'd be evading an abusive household and an abusive home. Hello. My family believes that every issue I've ever had is my own fault, and that my struggles are not real. They're imaginary, and that I'm making them up so that I can be lazy. So, I get it. So, Ash, the reason I could understand you and be great at talking to you, and the only reason we got like along so well when we met was the fact that we both have been going through the same shit, just in slightly different ways. The reason I understand where you're coming from and what you're going through is because I go through it too. That's why I'm good at helping, is because I've been there, done that. I have quite decent coping skills. Like, I can talk down my bad thoughts, but only when I'm alone or online with my fans can I talk down the bad thoughts. I'm pretty mentally headstrong and I can logic my way out of a lot of things. The only time I can't, and when it's too much, is when my family are there, when they're talking to me. Because they always try to support the bad thoughts, which are not fun thoughts. Which is why it's important to get away from them. Finding your way out is so important. And honestly, I hope that if I build my channel big enough, I can make it so that people can escape situations like that. Because nobody deserves to be trapped somewhere just because they can't afford to go anywhere. Nobody should feel like there is no other option or no other place to go. I hope you know there's a saying, blood is thicker than water. That's the saying they use to manipulate you to stay with abusive family members. The real saying is blood is thicker than water of the womb, which means the people you make your family are way more important than the family you started with. You don't get to choose where you come from, but you get to choose who you end up with. If there's anything I can say is once you're 18, there are women's shelters. And that is a place you can go. You can grab all of your stuff that you possibly are allowed to grab without getting tracked down and leave. Unfortunately, I have so much shit that it's hard for me to leave. But yeah, it's important to know that family really does not, it's not that important. A lot of kids are cutting off their families nowadays than ever before because they want to escape the abuse that they grew up with. And guess what? They're happier without their families being involved in their lives. Which some people may find baffling, but honestly, I don't. So many people were taught that you should just take the abuse. You should not. But at least you know there will always be a place to go. Because if you go to a women's shelter, they will find a way to get you out of the place that you are in. They will. It's difficult, and sometimes you might have to wait a bit before they have a place for you to go, but there will eventually be a place for you to go. And remember to always ask
someone for help. They have male shelters and gender-neutral shelters too. There's not as many male shelters, unfortunately. They're a lot rarer to find, and that does disappoint me because there are men who also get abused, not just women. I believe everyone needs a place that they can escape to. And I wish there was more funding into mental health than there currently is. And also something that you should know about is the suicide hotline isn't just to be in case you're afraid you're going to do something. It's also a place if you're just down in the dumps in general. If you have any form of like, I don't feel great, they will just talk to you. Like if you needed a friend. If you're just lonely, you can also call them and just ask for someone to talk to. Sometimes you need a person you can vent to, and that is actually what the line is for. And I didn't know about that until recently. I taught about it by a few mental health professionals. Have a good night, Ash. It's important to know that there's always a place you can go. Thank you. I like my hair too. At least I have the next 2 days off from work. I'm kind of glad about that. Because honestly, I'd rather not have to deal with work, but also, like, it's mainly because I'm tired and like to sleep. My hair is the same length on both sides. But my hair parts naturally on this side, so. Sorry, I'm yawning. I'm a little exhausted at work. Oh god. All it did was move one object in hopes to adjust. I personally hate long hair on myself, not on other people. Mainly because I get overheated really easily. So if hair is on the back of my neck, I get overheated. So yeah. Every time I say a statement like, I don't like this, or, people just assume it means I hate something so entirely that I hate it on other people too. Um, like when I said, I don't like men, that doesn't mean I don't, that doesn't mean I hate men. No, I don't. Like, y'all are cool. I can be friends with y'all. What I meant was I'm not attracted to. But people thought it meant I hated them, and I was just like, what? So I had to like write a disclaimer. I hope you know this doesn't mean I hate them. It just means they grosses me out when people think I'm attracted to them. You don't choose your sexuality, it just kind of happens. Something I have always thought about bisexuals is they always end up going with the opposite sex instead of the same sex. Almost always. Um, it's just like a commonology. It's why lesbians and gay guys tend to not date bisexuals, unfortunately, is because the most of the time they get broken up with. No, sounds about right. Um, yeah, unfortunately, a lot of Southern men are like homophobic, in a way, or they already have a husband and they're hot as hell, which is rare, but it happens. We need more gay cowboys. I don't know, but we don't have that many. I hope you know, as a fundashi, I really love watching it when men are attracted to men, but I'm not attracted to men. I like it when they're attracted to each other, okay? I was like, keep me out of that, ew. But be happy with each other. Like, I'm a diehard fundashi, but me not being able to be attracted to men is the funniest shit to people. Hello, welcome in. I like my hair too. Imagine they're like, it doesn't count if they're non-binary. That'd be wild. I'm going to the bathroom for a minute. Also, I'm getting new glasses soon. Oof. Honestly, you can't tell, like, sexuality wise. Some people do not look like their sexuality. Um, though, according to a lot of people, I do not look like I like women. And I'm just like, you have not met me. The amount of times I have made extremely gay jokes. Though earlier today, you know what? That also is very fitting because for a while I did think I was asexual because I've not because it takes me a lot to be attracted to a person in the first place. Um but technically demisexual is the correct term. But like only women. Cuz I only visually like women. I find men really gross to look at. Um but demisexual because I need the romantic attraction before I can have any of the other types of attraction at all. I like romance, okay? And a lot of my friends are just like, according to my fans, I look like a femboy. And to that I say, um, not entirely wrong, but also not correct either. I mean, if I'm around a person, I'm much more capable of being romantic than through texts. I can say that. Um, I'm better with words in person. Though I can also say really rude things a lot easier too, so. Nice. Um, I didn't cut my hair. Not recently, at least. My hair is clean. Though, when I first washed my hair, it was fully curly, and now it's straightened out again. And I'm kind of disappointed with my hair for straightening out again. Cuz after the first day of it being washed and dried, my hair has full curl coils. And then after a day or two, it all falls out and then it's waves. Am I using the wrong hair products? Cuz why do my curls fall out? I would like my curls to stay. I also love my hair. Oh, cold, it tastes even worse. Isn't it a person who's like feels their animal spirit? Like they are one with the animal? I know I'm more of a furry. I like dressing up as animals, but I don't feel like I'm one with the animal. I do like animals though, and I find Therians really cool. Hello, welcome in. Yeah, see, I was on the right track. Aetherian feels like the animal rather than just likes the appearance of the animal. It's kind of like a spirit animal, but more in tune. Because my spirit animal is that of the crow. Yeah. Maybe we're using different words to describe it, but that's how I understand it, based on what you're saying. Like, I feel related to the bird, but I am not the bird, and I don't feel like I am the bird. But it is a similar vibe. I have a rash on my chest, and it's not fun to have one. Though I do like the idea of Therians. I do like it. I believe it's a thing. I mean, psychologically, yeah. And I mean, as long as you're not hurting anyone, do what you like. I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, every single time I've heard about Therians, I just see kids playing outside and being themselves. So, honestly, good for you. Thank goodness you're finally leaving the house. I'd rather a person be a Therian than be an iPad kid. Though there was this one girl who used to hiss and scratch people and use a litter box in a school. So she did take it a little far because she would never speak to anyone. But, and she was also failing out of school. But also, I kind of understand the want to not be a part of humanity because, have you met just the average person? Why are they so fucking dumb? It makes you feel bad. The average person makes me feel so smart, so hyper intelligent. I'm not gonna lie. And I consider myself quite average in intelligence, but some people make me question whether I'm more than average because of how stupid they are. Some people really just make you feel so much smarter. Like, I remember hearing about a science teacher that didn't know narwhals were real animals. Do you know how sad that is? That a science teacher with a degree in biology did not know narwhals existed. They thought they were a mythical creature like unicorns. What? Narwhals, narwhals swimming in the ocean, causing a commotion. Narwhals, narwhals swimming in the ocean, causing a commotion. Considering I've been to the White House and it's really not that impressive, I'd rather visit Russia. I'm not gonna lie. Like, maybe I'd get to see cool things. I don't know. You don't need to speak Russian. They have translators for that. Okay. Nice. I mean, happy early birthday. Um, though I will say, according to my belief system, if you have a bad birthday, you get good luck for the rest of the year. So honestly, I wish you luck for the rest of the year. So have a shitty birthday so that you can have good luck for your year. You pay for your luck on your birthday. The worse your birthday is, the better your luck for the rest of the year is, in my belief system. So good luck. In my belief system, you're supposed to tell people to have a shitty birthday and have good luck for the rest of the year. It's a religious thing. Don't you have to be kind of conservative in general if you go to a cold place? Why would you want any form of exposed skin or hair if you're going to a cold country? You want to cover up. I'd be a face mask, veil. You don't have to admit your sexuality or your gender identity in another country. The only thing that matters is one, as long as you can keep yourself protected. Never travel alone. Always travel in groups. Two, honestly, I believe wearing more conservative clothes in countries that are not America, because being American, depending on the area of America, you have to dress according to the state and or country in order to not get judged um, extremely. I believe in keeping your beliefs to yourself. You do not share religion or um, and I hate PDA. Public signs of affection are disgusting to me. Keep that private and in your home. Um, I find it weird to be like romantic in public. I don't. I I I like privacy, and I believe everything romantic should be private. America, America. Because it's disgusting. I'm sorry you want to look like a cow. Get a room. I find PDA disgusting. It doesn't matter whether it's gay or straight. I just think displaying affection too much in public is kind of gross. I mean, I don't think people should wear those things in public anyway. I mean, you kind of can see things that you don't want to be seen. Like, men, y'all randomly pop boners throughout your lives. Why would you risk wearing a pair of sweatpants? That's a danger zone. But also, wearing pajamas in public just seems odd to me, considering my form of pajamas is a pair of shorts and tank top. I don't know. You don't have to prove that you love your partner. You just love them. I don't think you need to prove anything. It's like, hey, this is my partner. I don't think you need to prove anything. Making out in public is weird to me. I don't know. I understand like holding hands, but like keep your mouth to yourself. in public. Because, like, in high school, people used to give each other hickeys in the hallway. That's gross to me. Like, that's like marking your partner. It's the same as if you, like, give your partner a bite mark. It's like, hey, this is mine, with a dental mark. It is very animalistic, and I mean, biting is, but, like, hickeys, technically, it's just bringing blood to the surface. Like, have you ever, like, when, like, you were a kid, have you ever sucked on your arm until, like, blood came to the surface and it made a bruise? For some reason, I've seen children just do that to themselves. They've given themselves hickeys. Um, it doesn't hurt, but it's a surface level mark. You don't feel a thing, really. A bite mark you do feel, though. Also, the reason I said wear, like, something on your face, um, who wants frostbite on their nose? No one. So wearing a ski mask and stuff is like a veil for your face to keep it warm in the winter. I get extremely cold easily, but I also get hot really easily because I am slender. I like to be very temperature neutral. It's more comfortable that way. See? See? Your nose is the first thing that can fall off when you get frostbite. I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong to keep my face covered during the winter. If it gets cold, my face is gonna be having a mask on it, okay? I care about my face. I'm not alone. Wearing a veil during winter is normal. I actually wear leg warmers to keep my ankles and feet warm. Weirdo. Do you want to see my leg warmers? I like rainbows, okay? This has nothing to do with sexuality. It has everything to do with I just like rainbows because I'm an artist. And there are people who like rainbows that are not gay. I mean, I might be, but it's possible to like rainbows without having the ultra motives. I've never had I've never had a moment where I was actually like really cold. Like usually I'm really comfortable and kind of in a great place of comfort. Though I also have like the most comfortable bed. I could never. That's horrifying. I was eating an MRE, but I am throwing it out currently. I don't like the idea of keeping food in my room, so this bag is immediately getting thrown out. To prevent bugs. Because I believe in throwing out trash before you can have an issue like bugs. We're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship, flying through the sky. Little Johnston. To find little fine. I grew up with like watching cartoons. I mean, I trauma dump. I don't know why, but I wanted to answer Kentucky. That's not true. I've never even been to Kentucky. Don't share what state you live in. That is dangerous. And that narrows down their ability to find you. Yawns. Desert. Two homes. Okay. Can I get this one? Ooh. A little bit, yes. I do a little bit of cosplay. That was really short wire. I'm playing with like a new toy. Actually, I do plan on cosplaying a character from Murder Drones. I have like 105 cosplays. A little bit more than that now currently. Um it's been a while since I watched Murder Drones. I forgot their names. I have to rewatch it. Um I have cosplayed a K-pop Demon Hunter character already with 2 outfits. I'd I'd say Uzi, but I'd have to look at the show again to remember. I mean, some Murder Drones cosplays are really cool. Bro, when I first started making cosplays, I made them out of cardboard. A little bit of cardboard and some creativity, and you can make anything. So, who cares if you're a perfectionist? Try anyway. I'm not grabbing that. A bunch of things are gonna fall if I do. Um, I made Bakugo's gauntlets out of cardboard, and I did not finish them yet. I mean, if you do it and you don't like it, try again. And or keep editing it until it looks exactly how you need it to. Not everyone has a 3D printer or access to one. Not everyone has many. That's why I said cardboard. You can make anything out of cardboard and duct tape. Yo, I recently found this mask. It reminds me of Tokoyami. I'm gonna edit it and add some spice to it. And I might cosplay that character. Might. If you're thinking about the Plague Doctor, no. No, not every cosplay. I just have a lot of them. Now I just need to add like a bottom beak and stuff, and it would look perfect. Though I also would like to add more feathers in the back, so it will be like a full helmet by the end of the adventure with it. But I will state I found this helmet so like, do you think I should cosplay Aries? No, I'm not gonna be a crusader, but like a mythological character like Ares, the god of war. Mwahahaha. Do you know what a parrot looks like? And none of them are black. Knew it. None of them are black. It's like, ha, gotcha, bitch. You can be a guy and be a bitch. I don't know much about big tech, so I can't really have an opinion on it. I mean, it's fluffy and clean. Nature? I don't know. Birth? No. Only my own. I'm not a vampire. I'm actually awake more during the day. Guess we'll need to test a silver bullet. Or a stake to the heart. Or garlic. or Christianity. So my friends were like, "Oh, so you're gonna be like Tails from Sonic?" And my answer was no. And they were like, "Yeah, you're just gonna helicopter." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll go up." And they'll be like, "Are you sure you're not going down?" And I'm like, "I'm only going up to bring others down with me." They found that really funny. I do too. It's like, hey, if I'm going down, you coming down with me. Merc. I know. I'm hilarious. I already answered your question. I'd pick neither. I don't care enough about either of them. Anywho, I'm gonna end stream here. Peace, love, have a good night, my fab fams, and I'll see you in the next video. Good night.